What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. This is the show where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the last week. Hit that like button and let's jump into this week's topics. First up this week, Proline released an image on their social media today showing a new, what appears to be backpack. You can tell because that's what they put in the hashtags. But other than that, the photo doesn't tell you much. Kind of gives you the appearance that it's going to be for carrying your actual vehicle, possibly. But again, really hardly any information. So they're just throwing something out there. It seems like backpacks have been fairly common to release lately. We've seen J Concepts, Carry All RC, now Proline. I believe Corrupt Carbon Works also has a trail version as well. So lots of RC specific backpack options hitting the market. If you're like me and also a fan of a good backpack, maybe this is one that you'll watch out for as well. I'm sure Proline will release information on this very soon. For you Axial Capra owners, the Vader Products skid plate for the Axial Capra is now available through AMain. This allows you to use a full-size dig servo or also the stock mini size with the adapter that's included. This allows you a little bit more flexibility in servo choices, also a flat bottom skid plate. This skid plate is machined out of Delrin and has aluminum side plates. Now there are skid plates made specifically to bolt in a 3-gear skid plate without an adapter, such as the UC Fab version. But if you've got a Capra with a stock skid and you want to bolt in a standard axial 3-gear transmission, then you can pick up this simple adapter. But also, while I was searching around AMain and my recent quest for speed, I ran across this piece from SkyRC. It's a GPS module that Bluetooths to your phone. You can use it to collect speed data and other data logging features. You can pick acceleration data over a certain amount of distance, such as if you want to program 132 feet to be able to pick up your actual drag racing times and trap speeds, things like that. Then you can pick up this little reasonably sized module, put it into any vehicle basically, and get all kinds of information out of it. It's kind of nice. You put it inside the car. You don't have to have it necessarily visible or in a vulnerable location, and you can just Bluetooth it all to your phone. This is what happened when Nicole's out of town for 2 weeks and she doesn't get enough attention. Next, on to some more information about cancellations of events. One thing to note is that last week I mistakenly mixed up the Crawl for a Cure event that's happening up here in Northern California and the Crawl for a Cure event that happens down at Horseman's Park. See, if I lock her out of the room, she just sits there and meows at the door, which is worse than this. I just want to circle back and note that the Crawl for a Cure event up here in Northern California is still currently scheduled to happen. However, that event down at Horseman's Park has been canceled. But now on to the next round of cancellations of events. First of all, we saw the cancellation of RC Fest in Illinois. This is Horizon's event. Today, they finally announced that they are canceling that event. I was at that event last year. Unfortunately, didn't have plans to go back this year anyway, but like most of the other events for the year, also canceled. And the next event to hit the chopping block was the RC 4-wheel drive West Coast Scale Challenge. This one has been postponed until 2021. And I don't understand why people keep saying postponed. It's canceled. You're not going to have it this year. You're going to have it next year, which means 2020 event was canceled. Just say you canceled it. Why does everybody keep saying postponed? Canceled. Canceled for this year. Gonna have it next year instead. I don't understand. So many events have done the same thing. Is it just because they don't want to refund tickets and then have people rebuy them? So they're just saying it's postponed and you can use the same tickets at the event next time? I don't know. Or are they postponing it because they're still going to give you that 2020 shirt? And they're just like, this is the 2020 event. It's just happening in 2021. You just still get this shirt. Who's got the over-under on how many event shirts we're going to get next year that say 2020? Personally, I'm going to go with an over-under of 3. The next story of the week is just speculation, but I did see that Traxxas registered a new trademark in the last couple of weeks for something called the MiniMax. No other information on that. It's just a new registered trademark that they have. Granted, they used to have this trademark quite a number of years back, but in the middle of August 2020, they registered it again. So possibly we're going to see the release of something called a MiniMax. Who knows? Something to keep an eye out for. We'll see if that comes to fruition. And speaking of Traxxas, Matt and I have our monthly Mayhem Finale tomorrow, Wednesday. The final video in the TRX6 OMG 63, where Matt and I have been taking those Traxxas TRX6s and pushing them to our highest possible top speeds we can achieve. Last week I hit 60 miles an hour and Matt is still sitting at a top speed of 57. But also Wednesday morning, there's gonna be a poll put up on Proline's Instagram where you can vote between Matt's TRX6 and my TRX6 for who is going to be awarded the 3 mile per hour bonus points for style. So make sure and check that out and go vote. You'll have from 8 a.m. Pacific time to 6 p.m. Pacific time to vote. The winner of that poll will be given the 3 extra bonus points. That will of course be listed in the videos that Matt and I put up with links to where you can go to vote and everything. She's behind me. And if you're looking for anything else to watch on YouTube lately, 3D Printing Sunday this last week, I went over how to draw tube work in Fusion 360. Might be something that some of you guys are interested in. Tube work can be a little bit more difficult than a lot of other 3D modeling, so this might be one specifically that is worth taking a watch. A little over an hour-long video where I just kind of go through the basics of that design process. For this week's question, I'm gonna aim it towards monthly mayhem. Who do you think is gonna win, Matt or I? The last week, we're pulling out all the stops, 6S batteries, those big 540 XL motors. We're just gonna shoot it down the road as fast as we can and hopefully bring it back home in as few pieces as possible. I want to thank you guys for watching on this light news week on the Scale News Update. We haven't had a lot of slow weeks lately, so one every once in a while is to be expected. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Make sure and watch Monthly Mayhem on Wednesday. Go vote as well on Wednesday. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. What are you doing? You see yourself acting like an idiot? We have another video to shoot. Are you going to do this the whole time?